Hey, this is Brett the Hitman Hart, and you're listening to the Smacked Raw podcast.
Like, okay, well, has this always been a thing? Where have I been?
Hey everyone, welcome to the Smacked Raw podcast, the exclusive recap show at WrestlingNewsWorld.com, and of course found right here at YouTube.com/Smacked Raw podcast, and everywhere else that you can listen to your podcast in the audio form. I am your host, a very tired Kyle at the Kai Tai Show on Twitter. Special guest today, standing in for Jay Thunder, is our reoccurring friend over here on the show, Mr. D-Rod.
How are y'all doing tonight? You forgot. Resident AEW hater.
Oh, I see. I didn't want to label you that because that's going to pigeon fork you. And what's going to happen when I send you the quality content and then we just turn that attitude around? You know, you can't. Don't typecast yourself, my friend. There's always room to change. Oh man. Yeah. Thank you guys for joining us. We at the show here, we like to recap wrestling programs. We actually had the pleasure last night of recapping a special program that was co-produced by WrestlingNewsWorld.com. Make sure to head over to them, bookmark their page, get all your wrestling news from them. Steven, Thomas Fenton, those guys are amazing. So go check them out after you listen to us. But we got to do a synergy. I just want to kind of plug that really quick, man. We normally recap the big guys, AEW, WWE, but we got to cover Synergy Pro Wrestling the other day, and that was a ton of fun, man. That went up earlier today. You should check it out, man. Me and Vince covered it, and we looked at it from like fresh eyes, and we became fans of a ton of new wrestlers, ones that stand out hands down. If you're going to go back and watch like one or two matches, watch the Matt Vertigo match and then watch the Whisper match where Whisper came in for Matt McIntosh. He filled in for him. Those two matches were a ton of fun, man. I see potential in both those guys. It was really cool. D-Rod, we're here to talk Raw, my friend.
Raw.
What'd you think of it, man?
See, and here's where we're going to get hate. I don't know. Maybe some people think like we do. I saw your tweet earlier. You said you were liking it.
Mm-hmm.
I was also liking it. So, and I liked the whole show. So,
Good.
I mean, I'm not saying it was A++, but I enjoyed it.
Well, look, we get to directly compare it to SmackDown last week.
Yeah.
And when you put it up against SmackDown, I mean, god dang, this was a pristine show.
Yeah.
SmackDown set the bar very low.
We didn't have no karaoke on this show.
No karaoke, my friend. Was the karaoke segment that bad?
Could have been.
It's a trick question. No, it was fucking terrible. Don't be afraid, D-Rod. It's okay. Oh, man. No, Raw was good, man. We got quality promos. I'm gonna steal a line from my boy Sebastian, and that is Randy Orton in 2020 can't miss. Cannot fucking miss, man. And tonight as well got a strong promo from Ric Flair as well. Ric Flair was in good form tonight, man.
Oh, yeah.
To be honest, all the old dogs were. Even Big Show's parts on the show was really good. Really building up the new guys on Raw. They are.
Well, see, this is where it comes into play here for me because I grew up watching Big Show, Randy Orton, MVP, and, all that. So, it's okay with me, but I understand where people are coming from when they say, well, why are you putting Big Show and all this on here when you got newer, fresher stars? I understand that, but from my point of view, I enjoy it because
I think they're genuinely doing good work. That's the thing. It's like I'm not getting nostalgia pop seeing them. They're fucking crushing it, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I see it, man. They're not going to be here forever. Hell, Big Show's probably not going to be here for another week. To be honest with you,
yep.
Randy Orton's going to punt his head into the second row. Colby in the chat says, loved the Ray and Seth stuff tonight, but I could do without WWE tweeting this will be the last time You see Rollins and Ray with both their eyes. We're gonna get into that. There's a lot of ways I want to take that once we get talking about them, man. Absolutely. Yeah, let's go ahead. Let's get into the show, D-Rod. We kicked off the show actually with probably one of the lowlights, although it was very brief. The MVP VIP Lounge kicked off the show. Ziggler is the guest. He comes out. He spills one of his generic promos like he made Drew. Drew owes him all this stuff. It's the same stuff that we've heard time and time again. McIntyre comes out, claims that Ziggler only uses people. He references Mandy Rose, Big E, and then, of course, himself being a hired gun. Promises violence. Pretty much some inhumane shit. Like we don't have enough inhumane stuff going down Extreme Rules. Eye for an eye match. Jesus Christ. Give us something lighthearted where it's going to be just some classic graps. And then he just delivers a cheap shot to Ziggler, which I really liked. I like it when the good guys, I'm not going to lie, act kind of like dicks. Like some of Roman Reigns' best stuff is when he would like cheap shot Baron Corbin like in the gut and then walk off. So it was pretty good. Oh man. Other than that, there wasn't really much to add to the segment, was there, D-Rod? Or did you see something in there?
Well, it's more of an opinion, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
You know, Dolph was coming out saying that we should be thanking him for, you know, bringing Drew in and being the champion and all this. And, you know, this gets into my higher up opinion about Drew McIntyre. And Kai, I'm going to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a fan of him being the world champion.
Blasphemy.
Blasphemy.
What the hell are you talking about?
I seriously think he's mid-card title would be much better.
Yeah? I don't know, man, because listen now, when Drew debuted with Ziggler on the main roster on this current run that he's on, I've been singing the same song the whole time. Drew is the man. He's got the look. I think what's missing, D-Rod, if I may, is the crowd. Hearing the audience react to Drew. I believe Drew would be getting a genuine, strong reaction from the crowd the majority of the weeks he's out there. I don't think he would fall flat because he doesn't feel scripted. He's been allowed to feel genuine with his promo deliveries. I mean, a couple things here and there, of course, WWE can't help themselves. Particularly pointing out the whole countdown to the Claymore. I fucking hate when guys count down. The closest thing you can do to a countdown is tuning up the band for Sweet Chin Music.
I knew you was going to say that. That's okay, but the countdown to the Claymore.
The most egregious of it, though, was when the Dudley Boys would count down their 3D. Or no, count down the chant Forget the Tables on their final WWE run. Oh, I fucking hate that. I was like, dude, the crowd has enough sense of timing to cheer it with you, okay? You don't... fucking hate that shit, man. I'm telling you. No, but I think it's the missing part of the crowd, man. I think if you heard that crowd give him a strong reaction, that might sway your opinion. But hey, D-Rod, you're entitled to be wrong. It's okay, my friend. He don't do it for you, huh?
He just, I don't know. Maybe you're right. The crowd's not there, but ever since he's won the title, I've just not been big on Drew McIntyre being the world champion.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. You have the chat kind of fighting with each other too about it.
Well, you know what I think? Just put, you know, because you were saying this earlier about what Sebastian said about Randy Orton. And Ric Flair said something about it tonight also, that Randy is on top of the rest of the world. So, just saying, put the title on him.
It does look like that's where we're going. I ain't going to lie. It looks... And then if you listen to the wrestling news, if you take that little extra step outside of the shows... The bet money is on Randy and Drew at SummerSlam. However, some other reports are coming out that WWE want to give Drew his time in front of the fans as champ. That they feel almost like that they owe it to him. Like, you know, just like... Almost like... It's been worded kind of like it's a gift. Like, listen, like, we want you to at least have this title in front of fans because obviously he won it against Brock at WrestleMania. no crowd, just talking to the camera, and that's. I mean, I'm sure you're at the top of the mountain. You're appreciative no matter what, but there's always got to be that little thing, just wanting to come out, see 10,000 people, and fucking cheering for you, man. It'd be dope. But I can't even keep up with the chat. I give up, man. I'm looking at it. They're going off in there. I like it, though. All right, wow. That was more time than I thought on the MVP VIP lounge.
Sorry.
So up next is this weekly segment, and will Angel Garza and Andrade get along? Because these guys are hot and cold, week on, week out. Backstage, they're just, hyping up their match against the Viking Raiders. The Viking Raiders are standing right next to them, so they obviously have something to say. I honestly could care less about anything that was said here. My favorite thing was Charlie Caruso being smitten by Ivar, and Ivar taking the rose out of Garza's hand and giving it to Charlie. I fucking love that, man. I don't know. Who is it that Sarah Logan's married to? She's married to is it Eric or Ivar?
It's Eric.
It's Eric. Yeah, okay, Eric. Okay. So, hey, ladies. Ivar's available, apparently. Oh, man. When did they announce this was a tag elimination?
I think right off.
Really? Because I didn't even hear it. I just saw Eric get pinned. And they were like, Eric's eliminated. It's 2-on-1 now.
The commentary team might have said something about it, but other than that.
They joke and say that I'm Eric's doppelganger. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. It pisses me off because there's this running joke that my wife is smitten with Kevin over on the AEW recaps. And Matt Ritter from the Smackin' It Raw podcast said that I'm Eric's doppelganger. And then, obviously that makes Kevin Ivar. And Kevin's the good-looking one, and Kyle not so much. And I was like, "Oh God, dude, I need to soundbite that clip because it was a cold delivery, but it was fucking hilarious, dude." I'm never letting Matt Ritter on AEW again. I'll tell you that right now. How about this match? How about Andrade pushing Garza out of the way, actually being selfless, going above and beyond to help out Angel Garza to put him over?
I'm gonna be honest with you, Kat. I'm more of a fan of Garza than I am Andrade. That's just my personal opinion. But it was a solid matchup. I mean, but Andrade, taking the shot, trying to make things work between them.
Yeah. You think Aleister Black and Eric had some words backstage? Or no,
Probably
Ivar,
did.
excuse me. Ivar stealing the black mass, nailing it twice. Damn, that first one looked as good as damn Aleister Black's, man. But yeah, no, I hear you with Garza. I'm actually leaning towards Garza too. He's just got that charisma. Like that charisma is on another level, man. Is just we as fans and people, they always fall victim into comparing people to previous wrestlers. Like, like every other small charismatic wrestler gets compared to freaking HBK. He's the next HBK, and now and Garza's falling into that, like he's like a young Eddie Guerrero. But I mean, if there is somebody that you could be compared to that isn't as generic as HBK comparison, Eddie's a good one, man. I'll give it that. Lord knows we could all use somebody that reminds us of Eddie. I'll tell you.
Oh yeah.
But the match was pretty good. The match was good. I do like Ivar really just gets some time to shine. I think the dude's a stud. It did ultimately end up with Garza picking up the win with a powerbomb because, of course, Andrade just proved to be there for his buddy. It was a decent match. Keeps the tag team rolling. They're obviously destined to get the shot at the tag titles. Do you think they're going to be the ones to take them off the Street Profits?
I think that it could work better if they're going to split them up. If they have the tag titles, that would probably work better for storyline purposes. But I don't know. I'm a Street Profits fan, so I mean, personally, I don't want them to lose. But
I'm right there
because
with you, man.
Montez Ford he's a future star for sure if he ever goes single.
Vince says the same thing. Vince thinks really high of Montez, even if it's by himself.
Yeah.
So I don't. His in-ring style doesn't sell me. Like, his charisma does. But his in-ring style doesn't sell me, as he'd get the job done against some of like the elite guys by himself. I'm open to being swayed, you know. But as of right now, I'm trying to think of his offense, and he doesn't have much singles offense. He does have like the highest goddamn frog splash I've ever seen in my life. I love that.
Yeah.
And then his top rope, like planchas or flips over the top rope, look really nice. But I don't know. I just have to see more. Like, I'd like to see him get in a singles match and really see what the guy can do.
Yeah.
But yeah, his charisma's top notch though. He's entertaining as hell.
Yeah.
So we had a couple big returns tonight, man. And one of them was that Ruby Riott has recruited the EST of WWE for a tag match with the Iconics. And they defeated them like in a damn squash match. Like, Ruby got beat down for like 5 minutes, and then one hot tag later, Bianca just like a hot knife through butter tore apart the Iconics, man.
Yep.
It's a sad day for Iconics fans, I'll tell you right now.
Yeah. But I do say that they should be using Bianca a lot more than what they were.
Dude, she's a star. Like, she is a main event star, man. Everything about her. She looks like athletic-wise, she looks like she operates on a higher RPM than the other women in that division. Like, she looks like she could run circles around them. And that comes from her legitimate, like, athletic background, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, you could tell in matches with her that, and even tonight I noticed a little bit, now that you mentioned that, you know, Billy Kay was having a little hard time trying to keep up with her there for a second.
Yeah, Bianca can go, man. You know, one dream match I'd love to see if her injury isn't a career ending is I'd love to see Belair and Ember Moon, because Ember Moon's super athletic too. I bet those two could tear that house down with an awesome match. Yeah, I'd love to see that. What's next? Do you think this is like this tag team's gonna go for a while? Do you think this is just to transition Belair to an on TV role with her and Ruby, or do you think it's like a one-off?
Well, isn't there a little storyline going on there with her and Liv Morgan, or did they cancel that?
I mean, they did not insinuate it. The last thing that they did with that was, Liv came off of a loss, and Ruby confronted her, and Liv kind of gave her a cold shoulder before Ruby could deliver any type of message. You know, she didn't have a chance to like put her down or like apologize. It was just before she could speak. Liv gave her the cold shoulder. That's the last I remember, and I think that was like 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Okay. Well, I think this is more of a pushing Bianca into the TV spot more than, I don't know. They may make a team out of it. I don't know, but I just think Bianca can be okay by herself, in my opinion.
Yeah, me too. But you know how like the system is in WWE. They don't like you to just come out by yourself. They want a veteran to kind of ease you into the public eye. I mean, look at a perfect example. AJ Styles, main eventer across the whole world, but he still had to come in and be part of that tag team Y2AJ with Chris Jericho. Even if it was very, very short-lived. Honestly, I think it was like 2 weeks. But still, that's how they kind of like to debut people, and is as like a tag team a lot of the time. I wonder if they want a hot shot. How many singles heels do we have in the women's division? Because I'm wondering if they just want Belair to be a heel, because that would be easy. She tag teams with Ruby Riott and then just like destroys her as like a heel turn. But I'm wondering, because you already have Baszler, who, spoiler, came back tonight, who's a huge heel. I wonder, because Belair would strike me as an awesome heel. I think she would. I don't know. Someone who could never be heel is R-Truth. I'll tell you that. He informed Richard that he'll be facing Randy Orton tonight. I love that Cedric got in the joke and was calling him Ricochet Richard as well. I thought that was pretty funny, man.
Yeah, our truth is a GM. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
it is. What else? You had Truth and Tazawa square off with the ninjas, and then Cedric and Ricochet backing him up. I saw some hate for that. They were like, "Oh, look, on one like before the commercial, Ricochet like 365, and then after the commercial, Ricochet's acting like a comedy like karate guy." And I'm like, dude, you can't be around our Truth and not try to loosen up, man. Like, no. Yeah, man. Jace Lee says she actually liked AJ and Jericho as a team. Did you? Like I said, I think I without exaggeration, I think it was literally just 2 weeks.
It didn't last long.
I
barely remember it. I remember their feud, but I don't hardly remember their tag team.
They made I remember they made T-shirts on one episode of Raw, and then on the very next episode of Raw, that's when Chris Jericho turned on AJ Styles. like the T-shirts were in production for 1 week, which actually reminds me, I bet that's like a rare grab, a Y2AJ shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man. But so Truth challenges Tazawa to a match, right? But we never get the match. They're out in the ring. Out comes the next return of the evening, Shayna Baszler. I gotta ask you, was I alone, or did you get vibes like, I want to see Baszler mix it up in intergender wrestling with these cruiserweights?
Well, I think that, I mean, I thought she was going to go after Truth and win the 24/7 title,
man. I was like, damn, that was looking good, but.
And then I thought they might, start the intergender stuff up. I got the same feel you did, to be honest.
That's what I was thinking, man.
But then she cut the promo about the women and all that. I was like, nope, we're not going to see that.
No, we're not, man. It's a shame, too, man. It's a shame. I heard that the reason why they don't do the intergender wrestling stuff in WWE is actually their deal with Mattel. That, during like the Attitude Era and Ruthless Aggression era, Mattel was putting out toys, but they pretty much told WWE like, hey, look, if you want us to continue the toy production, you can't have the men attacking the women no more. So like they just like, that's it. And we haven't had intergender wrestling ever since. You've had spots here and there, like most notably Nia Jax in the Royal Rumble just getting the shit kicked out of her, and then of course Corbin hitting the end of days on Becky Lynch, which still to this day is a shocking fucking moment. I love when Corbin looked at Seth. He was like, "What are you gonna do about it, you piece of shit?" Still one of the best fucking things I've ever seen, man. But no, so we're not gonna have Baszler tearing up Tazawa and the Ninjas and fucking taking on Truth in an epic fucking match, man. Oh, that would be
unfortunately.
So good. It'd be so good. Baszler would win, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she'd win. What else we got? So the greater good segment is what preceded this.
What about the greater
Oh Lord.
You had Murphy backstage. He shows genuine concern for Seth Rollins in this eye for an eye match. Okay, so I've talked for the last 20 minutes. I'm gonna let you, D-Rod, come on, spill your guts on how you feel about this eye for an eye match.
Okay, so let's start off by telling everybody, I am excited for Extreme Rules Horror Show because I do enjoy horror movies. And of course, it's not going to be like horror movies, but I'm glad that they're promoting something different than the so-called Extreme Rules that they have every year. But I know they're trying to do something different with this, but an eye for an eye. I mean, I've heard through the grapevine that this will be CG animated. I don't know.
I've heard the same thing.
Okay, so I don't see how they're going to make that look right. I mean, they probably will, but
you can't make the premise sound right, let alone the payoff look right.
Exactly. I mean, I just don't understand it.
This is fucking bonkers. Look,
Yep.
okay, what? All right, quick guess. What percentage chance do you give it that this actually turns out cool?
Probably higher than you will. I'm going to give it a 20% chance.
Oh, I'm giving it like 7. Like
I
7%
figured.
chance
I
this
would figure
hits,
that.
and people are like, "Oh, that was fucking awesome." I have hot garbage vibes all over this, man, and I'm not shitting on it yet. I'm open to interpretation. I'm setting my bar low, but man, come on, like. So I'm not even going to get in the political side of it. I won't even get in the political side, the rumors of Ray leaving, anything like that. I'll leave that all off the table. Seth, for one, delivers a pretty cool promo, almost like losing his mind promo. Goes out to the ring. He repeats himself over and over. Eye for an eye, eye for an eye. I know what that means. I know what that means. Like he's losing it, psyching himself up. Kevin Owens comes out, kind of mocks him. And then the match proceeds. Seth calls out Murphy. Aleister Black comes out to even the odds, and we get an impromptu match between Murphy and Aleister Black, which leads to one of the most badass black masses I've ever seen, with Murphy standing on the ropes getting caught. That was a fucking gem. All right. This is where my issue lies here with tonight, combined with the premise, like we're just where the psychology completely shits the bed. Seth Rollins fends off Aleister Black, right? And Kevin Owens. Out comes Rey Mysterio and Dominic. Okay, and then we come back from commercial. Seth Rollins is having his match against Kevin Owens in this impromptu lumberjack match. Okay? But this is where it's fucking stupid. Rey Mysterio is enraged enough to challenge Seth Rollins to a match where the only way you can win is to extract the motherfucker's eye from his skull. Do you know the mindset you have to be in to just like, I agree to that match, but yet here you are ringside, a glorified cheerleader to another wrestler. He's not going to just jump in there and attack Seth and get his revenge now. Like, no, you're going to honor your contract for fucking Extreme Rules. It makes no fucking sense. Makes no sense Ray would stand by and be like, yeah, I'm going to be a good sportsman here, yet I'm going to go this Sunday with a mentality to try and rip this man's eyeball out his skull. You're either all in or you're all out. And if you're all in, you're not fucking standing there watching this match play out. It was... At this point, I hope Ray loses both his eyes, because he fucking deserves it, okay? Dominic can lose one too, all right? It's stupid. It's absolutely stupid. Kevin Owens wins, though, with a stunner. But yeah, man, that was easily the low light, because I was like, dude, if I'm ready to rip a man's eye out at Sunday, the second I get within arm's length of him, I'm not gonna be able to control myself. I'm just gonna go for it now. Say fuck it, you know. I hated it, man. I hated it when I came to that conclusion in my head. I was like, damn it, now I hope Ray loses. You deserve it. You had a chance to get your revenge. This is about revenge, not about winning a fucking match. But then again, this does come from a man who agreed to put custody of his child in a ladder match. Okay, so I should see this fucking coming. All right? But, god damn it. God damn it. That's how this feud needs to end, though. Is another custody match for Dominic. Even after the eye for an eye match. Even after the eye for the eye match. I can see
that tonight is push your buttons toward the eye for an eye match.
If you're gonna be absurd, fucking go with it, man. All right? Oh, man. Yeah, it was dumb. But I did go from extremely enraged to extremely impressed by Ric Flair afterwards, because Ric Flair delivered a fucking awesome promo to the Big Show backstage, man. You saw this, right?
Yeah, Rick. I mean, I know he's getting to a certain age now, but Rick, I mean, you put him in anything, he's going to make it better.
Yeah, because he was back there and he wasn't. It was like we saw him as the dirtiest player of the game against Christian, but then you have him like logically like with the Big Show, like, look, big man, we got history, and he tells him where he ranks on the Mount Rushmore of the big man, and he ranks Big Show number 1, and he tells him, he's like, look, you know, friend to friend, 2 decades of friendship here, you know, like, don't go out there and face Randy. He's in Legend Killer mode. Randy never left. Like, and I love the line he delivered. He's like, you went off to Netflix. He's like, why do you think The Rock hasn't come back? You know, because Rock's thought about it, but he's went off to Hollywood. You got ring rust. You can't come back and compete after all that time off with the people that are, you know, the elite. Unless you're Eric Rowan, then you can beat Eric Rowan in like 8 seconds. But yeah, I thought it was fucking beautiful. Like, I appreciate the hell out of Ric Flair, and everybody should, because our time with him is very limited. Especially on screen. I wouldn't be surprised if this is his last on-screen run. You know what I mean? It wouldn't shock me at all. Him or the Big Show, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was good. I like that he delivered a line. Go into the Hall of Fame healthy. You know, that was his message. Go into the Hall of Fame healthy. You know, don't go in like a lot of these other guys all broken down and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think?
You know what this is going to lead to with Rick. I mean, you know Randy's going to do something to him.
Fucking kill him, man.
Yeah, exactly.
He's gonna fucking kill him, bro. He pretty much said it in the very next segment. Because we got a chilling, absolutely chilling Legend Killer promo package. Obviously all the clips from his early days and then combined with the clips of nowadays. But then, yeah, Randy, I don't even know. I can't emulate it because, like I said, I was in awe of Randy Orton's promo. There's something about 2020 Randy Orton blows my fucking mind, man.
And yet you want Drew McIntyre as your world champion.
For a little bit longer. I'm not saying indefinitely, okay?
Yeah, okay, whatever.
Oh, man. I don't know. Yeah, Randy delivers a promo. Essentially the promo, I mean, he just runs down his hit list between Edge, Christian. He puts that beautiful spin on it that he's looking out for the better of them. He sent them home. They don't have to be here in the ring getting injured. They're home now with their families. But he does even put Ric Flair on notice. He's like, even Ric Flair, if he gets in my way, he's a legend as well. And I was just, I love it. Yeah, if you can go back and just watch a segment, watch the Legend Killer promo package, and then Randy Orton's promo immediately afterwards. It is just fucking top tier stuff, man.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. And that led up to the R-Truth match. Yeah, man, that led to the R-Truth match. What'd you think of Ric Flair killed it again. He killed it again. The top of the ramp. Dude, that was some cold shit, man.
I told you, I said, what I say earlier, I said, you put Ric Flair anywhere, anytime, any position, he's going to kill it. It's just another notch in his belt.
That was some cold stuff, man. Yeah, R-Truth got to the ring. Ric Flair's on the top of the ramp. He's like, Truth, baby, I love you. I've known you've been doing this for 2 years. I respect you. Randy Orton respects you. That's why he's not gonna punt kick you. He's just gonna RKO you. That is some cold delivery, man.
Hey, that's what he done.
I'm telling you. Oh, it was so good, dude. It was so good. The match was pretty. It is. It went exactly how it should have went.
Yeah, exactly is what you expected.
Yeah. I gotta understand they really need to clarify way before matches start with R-Truth that they're not for his title. Like, how many people would be champ right now? He's been pinned a lot. Like, it's just not for his belt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did I tell you? Did I tell you who I think the best 24/7 champion would be? Like
Who would that
the
be?
most hilarious champ be Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, you said something about that.
Yeah, I absolutely think just it would be comedy gold of Brock Lesnar accidentally wins the 24/7 championship, right? And it's nothing but the low and mid card just bugging him because he's such a private guy, and he just really enjoys his privacy. And so you have Brock Lesnar like out hunting and guys are like fucking trying to pin him out there, like scaring off the wilderness, just pissing him off. He's trying to work out stuff, all these things, and just the guys are being a nuisance. Until he like convinces Paul Heyman to probably just like pin him. Like, Paul, just get this belt off of me. Like, I think it'd be a hilarious run, man. You give it to Brock, and you just have weekly segments of just all the lower tier guys irritating the shit out of him.
Yeah, I think what proves your point here is if you go back and look at his Money in the Bank run, and I think I told you this, but man, it was comedy gold when he come out there with that Money in the Bank and do the little boombox thing with it. I mean, and then you, like you said, put the 24/7 title on him. There's no telling what he could do.
Yeah, some people, I think more people have come around to Brock, respect wise, but I think a lot of people don't give him the credit, man. He does have other dynamics. Granted, they're not as deep as some other guys that have been, honed their craft. But when Brock loosens up and gets into something, he's a lot of fun to watch, man.
Yeah.
Rob absolutely loved the boombox Brock. Like, Rob fucking ate it up, dude. Rob loved that shit. Yeah. So after Randy Orton RKO'd Truth, you knew it was coming. He lines up the punt. Ric Flair tries to talk him off this bridge. Before Randy delivers it, Big Show comes out, and Big Show can sell like psychotic. I'm gonna fucking kill you in his eyes. Oh Jesus, that dude has some like deep eyes, man. When he sells it. Randy Orton issues a challenge next week on Raw, unsanctioned match. I was surprised. I thought this was going to Extreme Rules.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Yeah, but nope. Next week on Raw, he challenges Show. Show. This is the weird thing because Show accepts and runs in the ring to runs off Randy Orton, but then later in the night, backstage, he accepts too as well. Like,
maybe he just had to make it clear, Kai.
Did I miss something? Like, did he not? Like, I swear, like Randy Orton challenged him, and on the mic, he's like, "I accept," and then he runs in the ring. Like, I think that's what happened, man. I don't know. It confused me. Yeah, and then what's up? Truth went to talk to Flair before match. Randy tries to jump. Wait, what? Oh, no. Okay, I'm like, okay, that's the notes for everything we just went over. All right, I'm sorry. I was like, wait, R-Truth was alive after this? I thought his ass died. No, Richard and Cedric are backstage.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard to go back to Ricochet, man. MVP, I like this. So you think Cedric's going to turn on Ricochet? Somebody's got to join MVP, man.
Somebody has
got to
get
get
out
into
of
her
this
business.
Yeah. I think Cedric would make the better of the two to join MVP.
The three, don't forget Apollo.
Oh, yeah, Apollo.
Yeah. I think Cedric, though, right? You're right.
Yeah, I think Cedric would make, the best out of it.
Yeah, I think so, too. Because Ricochet and Apollo are starting to get their own spotlight.
Mm-hmm.
They're starting to be billed not quite as jobbers. I mean, they're like Ricochet's losing, but it's to fucking Bobby Lashley, So there's no shame in that.
That can be justified.
Yeah. Cedric is the person who I think has been damaged the most.
Yeah.
And I think Yeah, I love the idea of either MVP creating a stable or just managing multiple guys. Doesn't have to
Mm-hmm.
be that you're a faction. You know, people have played managers to multiple people before, so
Yeah.
yeah, I think that would be great. Plus, I think I love the name The Hurt Business, but that sounds like a faction name, not a tag team. You know,
Yeah.
like that's the only thing. Um, yeah, but this was interesting. I did kind of like this. This was just a nice little touch, but uh, right after MVP and Bobby Lashley confront Cedric and Ricochet, who exit, a reporter comes in, starts interviewing them. They put over the Extreme Rules match between MVP and Apollo, and then
Mm-hmm.
Lashley's match against Ricochet. And then immediately following that, without breaking, within the same take, the reporter spots Drew McIntyre and
Yeah.
just runs up to the guy to start interviewing him too as well, which I thought was like a nice touch. It was a little different.
Yeah.
Um,
It's
yeah.
usually they pan back and forth, you know what I mean? But like you said, it's great to see something new and fresh that, hey, this guy is actually over here. Let's go see what he has to say,
Yeah.
instead of moving all around.
Yeah. I mean, it just led to a little brawl between Drew and Ziggler, so there was really no substance there. But just the camera work and everything, the one continuous shot to go from one segment to another segment to another segment was actually really cool. I got to give him kudos for that. Yeah. Afterwards, we did get Lashley and Ricochet. There's nothing really to report here, right? It was just yeah,
Just Lashley doing his thing.
yeah. Lashley got I will actually, there is one thing to take away from this, and this saddens me, man. This saddens me. I thought Lashley's finisher should still be the Dominator. Today marked
Yeah.
the death of the Dominator. Yeah, he hits the Dominator on Ricochet, who then kicks out of it. That's it.
Yeah.
The Dominator
Yeah.
is done. It's
over.
over. Lashley is officially a full Nelson spear guy. Dude, the Dominator's so much cooler, man.
Yeah, it is. A lot of people hate on Bobby Lashley and stuff. Like, I don't get it, man. I enjoy Bobby Lashley. I think, he's just one of them, studs that can go in there and do what you ask.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. And I think I have high hopes for Lashley. I have high hopes. I feel bad because you could argue if Randy Orton was a non-factor right now, Bobby Lashley would be the next one in line for that title.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah, but Randy Orton is just on another level right now.
Yeah, he's on another planet.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Yeah, Lashley ends up beating Ricochet with a full Nelson, and then he gets Cedric too afterwards. Then afterwards that, we got the Big Show accepts the challenge from Randy Orton for a second time, I think.
Again.
And then I got to ask you, man. They gave this match a half hour from when Bailey and Sasha came out. I mean, we did get the promo package and stuff, but I mean, this literally from 10:30 to 11 Eastern time. It took up the last half hour of the show, and although it was really good in the last 5 to 10 minutes, I couldn't get into this match. Like, I'm tired of the repeat matches. You know what I mean? Like, especially with the women's tag titles, no one's taking them right now. They're not just gonna lose them on a random episode before a pay-per-view. So this took all the drama out for me. I mean, unless did I miss something?
But see, this is where my my thoughts on Sasha and Bailey come into play, because I understand what you're saying about not getting into it because the tag titles, they're not going to be dropped right before the pay-per-view, but I still think that it was a great match. But here we go again. I'm a Sasha fan, but I understand what you're saying about the tag titles don't mean nothing here on the show right before the paper
Well,
because
there
you
was
know what's
just
going to
no
happen.
stakes. You knew they weren't going. It's not that
Yeah.
they don't mean anything. It's like you knew they weren't going anywhere.
Yeah.
Unless, did you think at any point that the Kabuki Warriors were going to win them tonight? Okay.
But I did enjoy, the
Yeah.
matchup at near. And like you said, the first few minutes was kind of, but near the end it got better.
So I will say, when Kairi Sane hit the insane elbow, that was the one moment I was like, oh, they're gonna give Kairi her moment. They're gonna give her a moment back, and she's gonna win those titles. But the second that I think it was she got pulled off or the ref got pulled off, something like that. The second that the pin got broke up, I was like, okay, yeah, that's it. Like that's a wrap. I was like, okay,
Yep.
no more false hope. I will give Sasha one thing. I did like the whole counter. Sasha was already sitting and she countered a clothesline into the bank statement for the win.
Yep.
I thought that was pretty hot. I ain't gonna lie. Sasha's great in the ring.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that was it, man. That was the main event. Overall, it was a great Raw, except Rey Mysterio proved that he was
your eye for an eye.
Yeah, the eye for the eye shit. I'm telling you, man, 7%. 7% that shit is a fucking botch fest. Like, no, it's gonna be so
listen,
bad.
everybody listen. Don't listen to Kai. I'm giving it 20%. That's the bottom line.
Oh man. Yeah. It's I don't know.
But if it turns out good, guess what?
I mean, I'm happy to be wrong.
I got the upper hand here because I gave it 20% and you gave it 7.
Hey, look.
There we go.
I am more than happy to be wrong if that means for something turns out entertaining. Okay? I will gladly be wrong there. At the end of the day, that's what I want, but
yeah.
Oh man, that was fun. Hey, thank you, D-Rod, coming on here.
Oh, no problem.
Bringing your chat with you. I love that shit. Telling you, man. D-Rod brings the chat room, y'all. Listen, take notes, man. If you want a guest on your show that brings an active chat room with him. What is it? Is it your you go ahead and plug it. Is it your Twitch channel that people are loyal to? How long you been running this?
I've been doing it's a Twitch fed. It's where viewers come in and it's on WWE 2K20, the video game. Viewers come in and they make their own wrestler any way they want it, and they fight each other. The viewers fight each other. We run storylines and stuff like that. And I've been doing it for about 4 years.
Okay.
And,
well, obviously not 2K20 for 4 years, but this format.
No. But each game I move each year.
How do the fans come in and create their own wrestlers?
Well, they can do it one of two ways. Number one, they have the game themselves. They can create it and send it to me.
On any platform or?
PS4.
PS4, okay.
And secondly, they can tell me what they want, or they can add me on PlayStation. They can come on the game. I game share with them. They can create whatever they want.
I've never tried that. So game share really allows you to control someone else's.
Yes.
Oh wow, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's dope. I've seen it, but I've never really looked into it. I've got my PlayStation, but I'm holding out for. What am I holding out for? Isn't there a big? Oh no, I'm not holding out for nothing. It's already out. Last of Us 2. I'm still playing it. What the fuck is wrong with me? I only get to play video games like maybe 2 days a week. Like sit down and invest. Like otherwise,
I understand that. Yeah.
I can hop on Rocket League for like 5 or 10 minutes, like 1 or 2 rounds here and there. But like a lengthy, girthy game, like oh no, like once or twice a week. Yeah, like I have no time.
I understand your.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, that's our show, man. Make sure you tune in. It looks like, honestly, that the SmackDown podcast is going to be putting out daily content Monday through Friday for the next 2 months. We're very excited to announce this. At the same time, I am daunting it because, like I said, we lost a staff member, and I feel like my workload just doubled. Tune in Thursday evening or Friday morning to catch episode 2 of the Unpopular Opinion show, where we featured a professional wrestler LSG on the show. He was a ton of fun. He was helping promote the Synergy Wrestling. So that was great. And then a little tidbit here, D-Rod, you helped me record an episode of Unpopular Opinion as well. That will debut, of course, a week from Thursday.
That was great.
Yeah, and then I believe next week Vince will be debuting top 10 list, top 10 Tuesdays. If we're on YouTube, we have to have top 10 list. So we'll go ahead and do that. But like I always say, until the next time, you guys have a good one. D-Rod, you can say peace to him or something, man.
Yeah, peace out.